Test 3. You will hear a number of different recordings and you'll have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you'll have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a man phoning to inquire about a job vacancy. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good afternoon, Palm Resort.
Good afternoon. I am ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to find out some more information if I may.
Yes, of course. Can I take your name?
It's Freddie Lee.
OK.
The man's name is Freddie Lee, so Freddie Lee has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good afternoon, Palm Resort.
Good afternoon. I am ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to find out some more information if I may.
Yes, of course. Can I take your name?
It's Freddie Lee.
OK, Freddie. What would you like to know?
First of all, I'd like to know where your resort is located.
It's near the city centre on Jamieson Island. That's Jamieson.
Oh, brilliant. That's only 5 minutes from me. I finish at my college on the 12th of May, so I'll be available for work from that date. Will there be any vacancies at that time?
Well, summer is our busiest season, beginning on the 11th July, so that's when you would be starting.
Sounds good. And are there any age limitations?
That would depend on the place you're applying for. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Well, we require our bartenders to be 18 or older, which means you would be working as a waiter. There are 4 vacancies. There were originally 6. However, we have since filled 2 of these.
OK, great. Could I ask about the pay?
We're offering £5.52 an hour.
That's very good. My last job was £4.45 an hour. And can I also ask about what qualities you're looking for, like any particular skills or experience?
We don't normally require applicants to have any past experience. However, during the summer season, we have weekly shows in which our waiters are asked to perform. The routines are very simple, so no dancing skills are needed. However, you will need to be able to sing.
I have never sung professionally, but I'm keen on it and have been told that I'm talented, so I think this will be a good fit. Are there any other duties that I'd be responsible for?
As a waiter, you'll have a few different duties. We offer table service, so you'll have to take food orders from customers and carry the food from the kitchen to their tables. We like to give our customers a relaxed experience, so we'll also need you to supervise and take care of their children.
I have a babysitter, so I'm very comfortable doing that. Is there a play area for them in the resort?
Unfortunately, there is no facility for children here at the resort, but there is a large playground just down the road.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
So I would just walk the children down to the playground each day?
No, the road is very busy and the pavements are so narrow that it's unsafe to take the children for walks there. It would be very advantageous if you could drive so that you can safely strap the children into the back seat and transport them back and forth.
I'm currently taking driving lessons, so if all goes well, I should have my permit by the time I begin work.
We feel it's pretty good, and we also offer some good fringe benefits for our employees.
Really?
Well, because of the difficulties of getting public transport, if you're working after 10 o'clock, we drive you home.
OK, that sounds fine. Do you have a staff room where I would be able to eat my packed lunches?
All of our employees eat in the dining hall once our customers have finished eating their lunch. We like to make sure that our employees are well nourished, so we would provide you with a meal every lunchtime. There is no need to bring in a packed lunch.
Wow, that's good to know. I think that's all of the information that I needed. I'll be sure to post my application to you later today.
OK, sure. Once we have looked over your application, we may ask you to come for an interview. We normally hold our interviews on Fridays. However, the manager is taking a long weekend this week, so the interview would be on Thursday. Is that OK for you?
That's good for me.
Fine. 10:30 a.m?
Yes, fine. Would 10 o'clock be OK?
Perfect. And could you bring along a reference letter from your employer?
Yes, that's fine. No problem. Could you tell me what else I have to do?
Well, you need to come into the desk and fill out some forms. We need a document for ID, so a bank statement would be fine.
I've got that. And what else?
Well, you need to bring a photo with you. Having said that, it would be also a good idea for you to attach it to your application. This will help us to distinguish your application from the others.
OK, no problem. I have a couple of spares from when I renewed my passport.
Good. We look forward to seeing you.
OK, thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
No problem. Goodbye.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Section 2. You will hear a guide talking to a group of visitors in a garden. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 11 to 14. Now turn to section 2. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Hello, welcome to Pine Garden. My name is Manuel, and I'd like to tell you a few things about our establishment before you all wander off and begin your exploration of the grounds. I know you're keen to begin, so I'll try to keep this short. First of all, I'd like to explain what you can do with your ticket. If you want to be closer to nature, you could visit our planting area. In that area, visitors can plant small flowers and bulbs that will grow and become part of the garden. The planting activity is completely free. However, if you have sensitive hands, you'll need to purchase garden gloves to protect your skin. Here at Pine Garden, we sell a number of wooden goods carved from trees that have been felled in our very own pine forest. If you feel like getting involved and having a go yourself, you can join one of our bush timbering lessons free of charge, where you'll be able to make your own keyring under the supervision of a skilled craftsman. The most popular attraction in the garden is our aviary, where you can observe a whole range of bird species. Entry to this section is free, but you have to pay a small supplement in order to enter the hummingbird section. Also, the insect hut not far from it may arouse your interest. There you can find some interesting insects such as butterflies, pocket ladybugs, dragonflies and so on. And there's no extra charge for that. Unfortunately, there are some areas that are temporarily off limits to visitors today. For example, the gift shop that closed earlier this year and won't be open for another month or so. As I mentioned before, however, you're free to visit our restaurant for food and snacks, and if you're looking to purchase a gift, why not buy that special someone a potted bush or orchid from our plant care centre? And our new treetop cafe is under construction, which will be very impressive when it's finished. In fact, the model town's already opened ahead of schedule, and it's attracting a lot of people. Now, our tourist office is normally available to provide tourists with a variety of help. However, the officer is sick at home today. Please do not let this discourage you from visiting these, as they provide quite an experience.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you'll have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
I also would like to introduce you to our plant specialists, who are responsible for the wonderful plant displays here at Pine Garden. Mrs. Mary is one of our experts, and she is personally responsible for our beautiful display of plants that are all found growing naturally in the local area. Mr. Burson has the difficult task of growing varieties of plants that are suited to much drier and hotter climates than ours, which means we do not have to store water on site. If you visit the glasshouse, you'll be able to see many plants that he has managed to cultivate without the need for rain or irrigation. Mr. Smith is responsible for the produce that you can eat in our restaurant, which ranges from varieties that grow under the ground to those that grow on trees and bushes. Now, Mr. Nooney here is our expert on the most commonly growing plant in the world, grass. You may have noticed how beautifully green and lush our grounds are, thanks to his specialist knowledge. Mr. Scanlon ensures that our soil is full of nutrients so that the natural habitat is supported and encouraged. He does this by fertilizing the earth with a special formula of his own creation. Finally, I would like to introduce you all to Dr. Mandelson. He is the manager of our landscaping team and works closely with our other experts to ensure that everyone works together to create a landscape that is both beautiful and sustainable. Well, that just about rounds it up. Now, if anyone has any questions...
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.